Hey guys, welcome back to DR Sports. This time we're talking about what Declan Rice brings to Arsenal. It's a massive historic day in the British transfer summer window, not only for Arsenal but also West Ham. They are getting £105 million for his services. Remember to smash that like button. Please comment with your thoughts right now. How are you feeling, Arsenal fans? What does Declan Rice bring that you were lacking last season? And West Ham fans, how gutted are you that your captain, fantastic European Cup winning captain, has now gone? I'm going to look at two things on this video. What Declan Rice brings to Arsenal that they were lacking last season in terms of attacking and defending as well. We know he's a box-to-box player, so make sure you're liking the video, comment with your thoughts, and of course, subscribe to the channel. We're fairly close to 315. Let's get there, please. Right, let's start off back to front maybe. Let's look at the attacking stats. Last season, Declan Rice in the Premier League for West Ham played 34 games, missed 4 through injury, 8 shots on target from a total of 24 shots, 3 goals scored and 2 assists made. Now, when we compare that to what Arsenal did last season, we're looking at Granit Xhaka in particular. Now, I have to take my hat off to him. I didn't realise he had 15 goal involvements as a deep-lying playmaker, if you like, from a little bit deeper in the pitch than I guess Declan will be playing. But 9 goals and 7 assists, that's actually 16. Poor maths. But that's unbelievable, really, especially when you consider the whole other aspect of Xhaka being down and out. But he comes back to be the 5th goal scorer, the 5th highest one after Jesus, Martinelli, Odegaard, and Xhaka, who all got 15, really nicely spread out. But then you scroll down and you see Thomas Partey, 3 goals in that list there. So again, we know Declan Rice hasn't come in to be the number 8, the lung-busting, breaking runs from midfield into the box late. We know he can do that. But again, 24 shots across 34 games, that's less than a shot a game. So obviously in a team like Arsenal, where it's going to be a lot more free-flowing, a lot more attacking, he is going to have more shots, and I would presume that he would get more goals than he got last season. 2 assists, again, when you've got players like Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard in front of you, as well as Jesus up front, Eddie when he comes on and plays his part as well. When you've got those players, again, I presume that Declan Rice will get more assists next season, especially as they're playing in Europe as well. They'll be fighting a little bit more in all comps. Arsenal are cooking. There's something going on at Arsenal right now. The transfers seem to be free flowing. They seem to be plentiful. They seem to be identifying issues of improvement. They've been ruthless as well in terms of getting rid of players, moving players on to make sure there's room for the new guys to come in. The likes of Havertz as well. Let's not forget Jurriën Timber arrived yesterday as well. So it's been a very good couple of days to be a Gooner, as they say, to be a Gooner. So in the attacking sense, it's for me, I'd like him to use Xhaka as the kind of barometer of creativity, attacking creativity next season. I'd like him to score more goals because we know he can. The technique on the boy is a joke. 43 games for England, European winner, captained his team as well. Loads of experience, over 200 Premier League games as well. So you're looking at that on paper, that is around 100 million in terms of the market these days. This is what CDMs cost. You look at Fabinho, we got him for 40 million 5 years ago. Rodri was 60. But this one's kind of blown out of the water after the Enzo deal. You're looking at this one saying, well, if Enzo's 100, so is Declan Rice. Let's get 105 out of Arsenal, as West Ham said. So big numbers there to kind of fill in with. But Xhaka, 16 goal contributions, Partey with 3. You're looking to be somewhere around that Xhaka level again. Going forward, you're going to have a lot more chances, and again, arriving late into the box, any knockdowns, that kind of Stevie G-esque area on the edge of the box. We know he's got the strikes. We know he can ping a ball in. We know he's a great passer. So creatively, we're looking for more next season at Arsenal. I've got no doubt that he will get those goals that he sets himself. Defensively, we know that he can stop most attacks. You rarely see Declan Rice be in trouble. You rarely see someone glide past him with ease or nutmeg him or take it round him or embarrass him. You rarely see that. In that West Ham team, I think what's different to this Arsenal team is he was the enforcer in that team. He's actually going to be almost the connector in this Arsenal team from defence to attack. So when you're looking at him breaking down attacks, stopping goals from happening, you're thinking, well, listen, Arsenal were 5 points off winning the league last season. If they get 6 more, is Declan Rice that 6-point bridge to gap Man City? You almost have to have a perfect season, as we all know. But if Arsenal can maybe stop 2 goals from going in, that they listen, if Declan Rice played in that Southampton game that they drew 3-3, if they played in that West Ham game for Arsenal against West Ham, I'm sure they don't become so porous, little geography chuck in word there. But I don't think as many goals go in if Declan Rice is in that team, and maybe he doesn't score 2 winners to get you those extra 6 points, but he might stop goals from going in. And I think Arsenal have needed that extra bit of steel. I think Thomas Partey after the World Cup, a little bit of a disappearance act, if I'm honest, in terms of drop off on form. Rumoured again to be leaving the club. I know there's a couple of things still kind of hanging around legally for him to sort out. But essentially, if Arsenal can move him on for a decent price, you're looking at a slighter investment in terms of what this Declan Rice deal is actually going to cost Arsenal. If they can bring in, and we've seen Fabinho go for 40 again, as Liverpool bought him 4 or 5 years ago. But if he can go for 40, Partey, surely around that 30 to 50 mark if any Saudi teams are interested. But yeah, unbelievable transfer window so far for Arsenal. What does he bring to them that they don't have already? Again, I mentioned defensive stats, attacking stats. I think he'll get better in both of those areas. He's joining the club at 24 with all this experience behind him. It's actually the perfect time. I've always said, to be one of the top players, as Ferguson used to say, in my opinion anyway, unless you started off at a massive club and you worked your way up, a la Steven Gerrard, Carragher, Beckhams, the Rooneys, etc. I always said, to be one of the top players, you have to be at one of the big clubs by the age of 23 or 24. That's why I was a big fan of Bellingham actually coming to Liverpool and then going to Real Madrid at the age of 24. But you understand what I mean, right? In terms of that's almost coming into your peak. That's your Renaissance years where you look back and go, wow, look how athletic I was, lung busting runs. Steven Gerrard was doing that at 21 to 24. And then at 34, he was almost the number 6, really. So we know Declan Rice will look back at these years and say, hopefully for him, they were his best years. They were his trophy-laden years, And 24, 5-year contract to take you to 29. It's the best time. It really is the best time for him to go to Arsenal. He's earned his stripes. He's been the captain of his boyhood club. He's been there for 9 years. He's still only 24 now. That's a long time. And, looking at what he's achieved at West Ham, the folklore that he's going to be written in, I think he's in the perfect moment of his career to go to the next level at a massive club like Arsenal and really become that top player. Him and Bellingham, who would have thought 3 years ago when they were starting for England that they would be both going for 220 million odd? Easily the most expensive midfielders probably in the world right now. So, listen, I'm happy for him, for his family. I think the move's unbelievable. Arsenal fans are going to be over the moon. It's taken 10 days since the initial bid for this one to get over the line. But it's finally happened. And I guess West Ham fans, how do you feel as well? Nicky, Hawkins, everyone knows you've got 105 mil in your pocket now, mate. How do you spend it? You've got to be wise. Do you let things die down a bit? Don't go spending all the money at once. That kind of Goodfellas thing. Or do you just go straight back in and buy someone? Rival Brighton for Caicedo. What do West Ham do now? It's got a lot of implications. But listen, it's big. It's massive. How many goals, how many assists, how many trophies does Declan Rice pick up next season at Arsenal? Or will it take him a little bit of time to settle? Don't think it should at all, considering all his Premier League experience. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm bigging him up so much that there might be some people that say, no, he's going to flop. But I'm asking you at home, right? What is it going to be? Declan Rice on top next season for Arsenal? Who knows? Listen, make sure you smash that like button. If you want all the announcements, head over to AFTV. You can watch Cecil dancing around. It's good dancing, to be fair. I can't lie. I wish I could do that. But I know he's going to get some stick over this one, especially because the rap and the music didn't quite match up. But there you go. Massive day. For more, head over to AFTV. But for here on DR Sports, we're asking you at home, what does Declan Rice bring to Arsenal next season? Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel and we'll see you soon. Take care.